Hello and welcome again to another episode of A&D's Chomping at the Bit, brought to you by Big A&D Media, the official sponsor of most of the A&D's Chomping at the Bit episodes. So today I get to give you a Sunday episode because, circumstances changed up plans for Friday and Saturday, but that worked out. Originally I was going to do today a kind of like a question, comment, and response episode. But as of last night, I decided a good topic, because it's really on my mind now, is next chapters. And that can vary in a lot of ways. It can be career changes, it can be retiring, it can be graduating, it can be starting a family. Anything where the next chapter is, things changed substantially at that point, or change what you were expecting, at the very least. So I'm going to cover this in in a different way than I usually would, I believe. So I'm going to give you the backstory on why I decided this too. I had the opportunity last night to attend my high school's Popco the Sailors concert, which, for those of you guys that aren't familiar with Mona Shores High School, they have a pop music performance and also has show tunes and stuff, but we do it every year. So, and there's, since I think 1982 or 83, there's been, I think it's 83, that we've had different themes for each year. So while I was there, freshman year was It's About Time. One year was We Are Family. My senior year was Roll Call. So there's been all kinds of different themes, but I remember very clearly my senior year, and we did something called it's the senior walk off. We sing the alma mater, and then the music's still going in the background. Each person has their name read off, and you get to have your moment walking off the stage for the final time. Your encore essentially. And I remember that to this day. I was crying, and someone had the great awareness to take a picture of that and put it with some other photos and frame it and send it to me for my open house. And I, to this day, have that saved. You think I would have been embarrassed, but no, that was a moment that I saved forever because I loved it so much. But as it goes to next chapters, I struggled after that a little bit because I loved the experience so much. It meant so much to me that I had a hard time letting go. I didn't understand let it go, I guess you could say. Or that's what I thought I had to do. I thought I was letting go of it, and really it was learning to move on to the next chapter. You can still appreciate those moments, but moving on, building from those experiences, the lessons you learned. I struggled with that immensely. Contrary to some people, my brother, for instance, he was very great. He was very happy when he left high school. He did not enjoy those years at all, and I did. I enjoyed them a lot. Probably some would say too much. But the performing arts, not even athletics, but really the performing arts, was my heartbeat through high school. Lived and breathed it. It was everything to me. It inspired me to move in the directions I did. I went into broadcasting for a while. Well, the inspiration of that really still stemmed from for the performing arts because I got comfortable on a stage, which led to being comfortable on a camera. And it was the opportunity to share, one through musical expression and the other one in other various forms. Uh, and so I had a hard time letting go of that, those memories, that time. If given the opportunity back then, or for years after, I would have gladly jumped into a time machine and relived that time period over and over again. Time machines don't exist, as far as I'm aware, and I don't think they are. Period. So, I remember though seeing for a handful of years later, seeing some pop shows, and every time I saw them, I had a feeling of envy because I remember how great that was, and I didn't want to let it go. Like I said, I wanted to be back up there. I didn't want to be in the audience. And that changed eventually. And it wasn't long ago when that changed. So I graduated in 2006. I'm 36 years old right now. That changed probably about 2 years ago. Maybe a year and a half ago. Not as long as you'd think. And this year was the first year I was able to attend since pre-active addiction time. It was the first time I was able to attend the Singing Christmas Tree. The first time I was able to attend the Allegro's performance, which is the musical theater side of Mona Shores. I was able to see a Players performance, which is the plays. And now I was able to see Papa the Sailors, the performance. And I can say for the first time, for all those, I was able to watch the performances and not be sitting in the audience being like, man, I wish I was up there. I was able to sit in the performances and almost got choked up a bit every performance, and think, wow, they're getting to experience what I got to experience. It's a changing moment when you start seeing it differently. It took me that long to change it, or to turn the page on that chapter of my life. That long. Because the moments were that special, and I didn't know how to let go. I didn't understand that I could take the memories and keep them and move on, and those memories would always be there with me. That I can learn from them, and I can grow from them, and I can appreciate others getting those opportunities. Because not many people get that opportunity that I got. Not many people get to travel to other countries to perform, be on national TV, sell out venues in high school. I got that opportunity. It was a special opportunity, and other kids are getting that too. And some of them understand that it's a special thing. I understood even in the moment how special it was. And you can see the kids that do. It's hard not to cry when you're hearing the alma mater and you know that you're going to walk off that stage for one last time. So I know what those kids experienced right there. But unlike some of my fellow classmates and other alumni, I had a much harder time moving to the next stage, to put it simply. It's still in me, don't get me wrong. I still love to perform. I still love being on stages. I still love sharing. I wouldn't be doing a podcast if I didn't like the opportunity to share. whether it be musically, or I still even do the musically. I still do the Singing for a Cause, and soon I'm going to be doing stuff in Grand Rapids here as well, live. But I had to see things differently, and I think the blessing of this was the timing. I got to see a mentor. I got to see mentors who helped shape me. I got to see them do their final productions of their career. And they changed my life and countless others. And one of the things that I got to experience by going to yesterday's show was hearing an extended final speech from the choir director and I'll still say mentor and I'll still say friend, Sean Lawton. He shared a moment with the audience and the students. It was essentially his story of how he came to be where he was and how his life turned the way it was. And it was very inspiring. I'm 36 years old and I'm still learning from him. I'm still gaining knowledge. I'm still being inspired. He doesn't just do that with me. He does that with countless other students. If I remember the number correctly, it was 3,692 students he got to impact. I'm probably close, if not exact, on that number. And I can comfortably say that he's impacted every single one of them. And I'm sure that he's impacted a lot of them. I know he's impacted a lot of them as much as he has me. And of all the people, I am confident that he is going to make the transition to that next chapter very well. He's got a great supporting cast with him. In fact, I'd argue that the captain of the ship, Molly, his wife, is going to guide him very well, and they are both going to do very well in that next chapter. And they deserve that next chapter. They have earned every bit of it. And they will always be remembered for what they did, for what they continue to do. To the students out there, whether they be Mona Shores or or at another school or even college, graduating is the next chapter, the start of the next chapter. Some of you will be able to turn the page easier than others. Some of you will grow at different rates. Some of you will hit bumps early. Some of you won't hit them until later. Some of you will be lucky and they will be minor bumps. Some of you will have to face a little more adversity than others. But you don't have to let go completely to those moments from the past. the good moments. You can still keep them, find the lessons within them. I realized fairly recently one of the things that that definitely didn't help me prepare me in the future when I was in high school or growing up in general. I was I was gifted musically. I was gifted athletically. I took a lot of things for granted. Because things came easier, I sometimes didn't work as hard. It's the reality of it. But there were things I still learned despite that. I learned how to express myself with music. And that's a powerful thing. I've been able to help others through music. Music has helped me make it through tough times. A couple weeks ago, I did the topic was sexual assault. Music was the bridge to let me address and start the conversation about something that I wasn't able to physically talk about. It allowed me to start to at least unlock that door. It's a powerful thing. I know music's not the topic here, but it's a part of my past. It's a part of my present. And it was the hardest chapter, like I said. The hardest chapter to completely turn the page on. And that's because I loved it so much. Like I said, I didn't understand for a long time that I could let go and that those memories would still be with me. They won't be gone. They didn't disappear. I'll always have those moments with me. My memory's pretty good, so I get to keep a lot of stuff there. A lot of experiences, good and bad. But looking back, they're all pretty darn good. Even the ones that were bad in the moment, looking back, aren't that bad. As far as my current moment, I had a little setback as far as I stumbled a little bit as far as direction on where I was going to go career-wise. Big Andy Media is definitely staying no matter what career I was going with additionally. And I had the fortune of being in the running for position, and I had an even greater fortune of being offered a position, contingent position on certain aspects of my background. And the background, unfortunately, made the opportunity no longer available for me. And in any moment like that, and I truly do believe this, and I even at the moment, those moments, they can sting a little bit. They do. Because when you have hopes, they especially when you get an offer, and so then you're essentially sold on this is what's the path. It does sting a little bit, but like I said, I truly do believe that everything happens for a reason. I know it's hard to say. Even in the moment, I was able to say it because I do believe that, and I know, and I'm okay with not knowing that reason. I don't have to know the reason behind stuff. I don't have to know what my path is, what's meant to be. What I do know is in the moment. I gave everything I had. And so even though um, I don't get to pursue that with the organization that offered originally. I don't get to pursue that further on. Um, that's okay, because there's something else that's out there for me. And I wasn't sure what it was. When I got the news, I'd say for at least 18 to 20 hours afterwards, uh, I started planning on an oh shoot, safe route um, on financially the career path. And I think what really captured me, aside from the personal story, the growing up story, I should say, that my former choir director and um, someone I look up to shared, which was a powerful moment because I learned something about him uh, that I didn't know that I could relate to. But aside from that, he shared some words with the seniors that spoke to me. And I'm not going to quote his whole speech. I'm not going to share his story. His story's for him to share, not me. But he was able, even 19 years after I graduated, he was able to light a fire in me, a good fire, to motivate me, to inspire me, and to help me get the courage to pursue my dreams, to pursue what I always have loved to do. And it's terrifying at times, because there's a good chance of failing throughout the process. And though I embrace failing, for the most part, it can still be scary when there's a lot on the line. It's even scarier when there's a sense of urgency. You still got to be able to financially get by. You don't have to be filthy rich, but you have to be able to get by. And so it adds a sense of urgency. And that's where the stability thing comes in. Usually in these moments, I plan for the plan B in case plan A fails, and I spend so much time on plan B, I never actually pursued plan A. I did that with my singer-songwriter career, and I learned a valuable lesson from that. And I'm going to have the courage this time to apply that lesson. In the coming weeks, I am going to be spending a lot more time focusing on big indie media. And I'm going to be spending a lot more time, additionally, on the music side of things. Particularly two aspects. I am really going to be cranking down here on the jingle writing, theme music writing, for businesses, for organizations. And I'm really going to be hitting the pavement here to find opportunities from venues, lounges, restaurants in the Grand Rapids and surrounding areas. Opportunities to perform, even if it's simply for tips, because I love to perform. I don't need to be filthy rich. I don't need the fanciest car. But being able to express myself through music and creativity is the absolute greatest feeling for me, as far as being able to share. It's a passion. It's a love. It's not the fame, it's not the fortune. It's simply being able to do it at any level. And so I'm going to hit the ground running this time. If I stumble, if I fall on my face, it's going to hurt. I'll get up. I'll patch myself up as best I can, and I'm going to keep going this time. It's terrifying, trust me. I am still scared right now about the possibility of not being able to succeed in some way. But I can't keep letting fear hold me down. If I talk about it, I've got to back it up too. Knowing something and sharing a lesson and then not doing it myself would make me the biggest hypocrite there is. And there's times where I still will acknowledge that I can be a hypocrite at times. That's not going to be this time. This is my next chapter. I don't know how it goes. It's a very unknown road. It's a very unpredictable road. And I'll acknowledge it's a bit scary as well. The unknown tends to be that way. And it tends to go out of my comfort zone. I am very comfortable on stage, but getting the things squared up behind the scenes is not as comfortable for me by any means. But I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it. And if I fall on my face and I fail trying, I'm going to get up and I'm going to find out why I failed and I'm going to keep going. If my past has taught me anything, if learning from the others that I value and cherish so much has taught me anything, it's that hard work, that grit, that determination. You can't underestimate that. I have a lot of good people in my corner. And I have a lot of good assets and skills to work with within myself as well. And I have faith, not just religious faith, but I'm talking about an additional faith. I have faith in the process. I have faith in myself. And I have faith, let's go into the other side, I have faith with God as far as knowing that everything's going to be okay. I'll hit some hard times, and I have no doubt about that. But I'm ready. And I'm going to do it. With that, that's your today's episode of Andy's Chomping at the Bit. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I wish everyone the best. That is preparing for the new chapters in their life, whether it be graduating, retiring, starting a new job, taking a new position, or even if it's simply, like I said, starting a family, getting married, whatever it may be, or even if it's learning to live without something anymore or someone. I wish you all the best on these journeys, and hang in there. We're all in this together, as Red Green would say. Take care.